What is going on, everybody? My name is Conor Lawler. Welcome back to another week of Movie Mondays. This is the Heroes for Hire podcast. We are back again talking all the week's movie news, entertainment news, and just generally having a bit of a chit-chat about everything to do with film. As always, I am joined by my partner in crime, Mr. Shaun Meehan. Shaun, how's it going?
I'm doing good, Conor. You were halfway through that intro when I realised, okay, the show is starting. Okay, time to pay attention.
There was a moment in your eyes where it was just pure fear.
Suddenly it hit me. I was like, oh no, I have to perform now.
After 199 episodes, I'm surprised.
Well,
not again.
I'm hitting my dip right about episode 200. And then I'll have a redemption arc going up to episode 300.
I think 200 to 250 is going to be the weakest. I think we take it easy.
Just get ready for that now, listeners.
Just get ready for a whole basic year of mediocrity.
Just coasting.
People think they've got nothing left. 50 to 300, I'm thinking we knock it out of the ballpark.
Oh, it's going to be great. It's going to be like if DC made a good movie. Yeah, that's what it's going to be like.
Very on topic, Shaun, because, look, I want to pre-warn everyone, once again this week, we do have more DC news. It's mostly a follow-on of, fallout from last week's news.
They are the company that keeps on giving, though, in terms of headlines.
And I feel like if we don't talk about it, it's the big news story, and people are going to be like, they're just avoiding it because they don't want to say the same line of, Jesus, DC... What's going on there?
Could you not do better, lads? Would that not be on the cards?
Maybe I'm just built different, but I'd do something different.
Maybe I'm an outside thinker here, but what if we did our best?
What if we did something else? So this is if this is your first episode of Movie Mondays, or maybe your 299th or 199th or whatever it is, if you could give us a like and review, whatever podcast platform that you're listening to this on, it would really help us out. But Shaun, we got to start off this week with Ezra Miller, who will not go away. And Warner Brothers have now come out strong, because for the last few weeks, we're taking, Batgirl gets cancelled. So Ezra's still there. I want to give a shout out to Danny McLaughlin, one of our patrons, who kindly informed us that we were actually using the wrong pronouns for Ezra Miller. So we do apologise for that. If we fuck up again, I do apologise, but we're going to be trying to better.
No, we're going to do our very best. It's something we should have known going into those stories. So apologies.
And thank you to Danny as well.
Thank you for bringing that to our attention. If there's ever anything like that in the future that we're just being idiots about, let us know and we will change it.
We assume we're wrong. We just assume it at all times.
It's our default state is incorrect.
We're definitely right. We don't know what we're doing.
But we're going to try and be better about that going forward.
Yeah, exactly. So Warner Brothers have reportedly considering 3 options for Ezra Miller's The Flash movie.
Okay, I just hope it's like they have like Jeff Johns is at a desk and there's 3 envelopes marked 1, 2, 3, and he's just hovering over each of them.
Now, I don't know if you've heard, Shaun, but Ezra Miller has been doing some crazy things recently.
The stories keep coming about just various felonies that they've committed over the last month. I saw a thing and it was just Ezra Miller is just an NPC that pops up, causes havoc and leaves.
And basically, like Grand Theft Auto 5 stars, constantly. That's just the most amount of havoc at all times. Well, the Hollywood Reporter has indicated that the 3 paths hinge on whether the embattled actor seeks help for the issues behind the legal troubles they've faced in recent years, and more likely, recent weeks.
It is mainly the last few weeks that it's been an issue. So that's if Ezra's okay, I'm going to go to rehab or therapy and stuff like that. Then they'll keep the Flash movie with Ezra in it. Is that
the 3 options are: the first option would see the actor try and secure some counselling and then give an interview in the future explaining their erratic behaviour. After that period, Miller could do some small press for The Flash before it opens in theatres.
That's grim. That's I hope they get the help that they need. Yeah. But also, I don't think you should try and promo this movie. It's going to be a fucking train wreck.
I throw this in, this is like Kevin Spacey. Like, him trying to do that weird fucking PR role where he was, like, in weird videos talking to the camera, and everyone's like, oh, Kevin, no. Read the room, brother.
Anytime there's any kind of scandal or crimes that have been committed.
Specifically crimes.
I wouldn't build your, your last fucking hope of a franchise. I wouldn't build it all upon that very, very, tenuous link, you know?
Now, look, the other two options aren't nearly as rosy, Shaun, is what we will say. Because scenario 2 would see Warner Brothers Discovery still choose to release the film, but the star would do no press for The Flash.
I mean, look, from a, PR point of view, that's awful to not have the star of the film
also
be on the press
awful
tour.
For the other actors in the movie, because imagine you're sitting in a room for 10 hours as every single reporter comes in and go, what was Ezra like on set? Did you see this coming? It's a bit weird.
Would they even do that? Because the way comic book movie interviews go is that they all ask the same 9 banal questions, and then there's one weird one about what superhero would you be if you couldn't be the Flash.
Choose which one's most likely to on the set.
Which crime would you commit?
Everyone picks Ezra for all of them.
Just the most chaos. But from a damage control perspective, I suppose you would just be not putting Ezra in the spotlight anymore. And maybe that's what needs to happen, is just distance the Flash from Ezra and then get Grant Gustin in to answer all the questions about the Flash.
The issue I have with that plan is, like I said, I think it does put the other people who are in this movie and have not committed any crimes, they've done nothing wrong, I assume, that they're just kind of doing their job. And they just got put into a movie with just a menace. And now I feel like they have to pay for the sins of the lead actor.
That's true. But
because there's no way they're counteracting it. They're not putting an NDA on it, being you're not allowed talk.
Unless they did. Unless they got an injunction out that it can't be mentioned in the press.
What else do you talk about?
Dude, how Flashpoint is a seminal story in DC Comics.
It's the house is on fire and you're ask me about the curtains. What's the curtains like?
At the back of all this, and on a much lower level, it's that, the whole DC universe, what is it at this point? No one can answer that question. So, aside from all the Ezra stuff going on, it's okay, well, who's Superman? Will there be a Batman? Does Batgirl matter now that it's been cancelled? Did that have any connection to anything ever?
So option 2 would also mean that Ezra Miller would no longer move forward as a hero as the Flash.
What, they're going to turn Ezra into a villain?
I think they're thinking of they bring in somebody else to play the role. Now, of course, we also have number 3, the nuclear option, Shaun.
Pull the plug.
The nuclear option is very similar to the Batgirl option, is what it's called. It basically means that they will shelve the Flash, and the movie cost $200 million and is their biggest blockbuster they've done for several years. It's the one they've basically been relying everything on, and there's a chance they could shelve it. I don't know if they will, but imagine.
The fact that it's even being considered is insane. They would lose they would lose everything. I think you'd have to start from scratch. Let Shazam 2 and Black Adam happen, and then just start again.
But that's crazy. I lose €20 and I am mad for a week shot. These people are going to spend $200 million on this. I'm we'll just scrap it. It's fine.
And I wonder whose fault it will be deemed to be. Because it would definitely be Ezra's, right? But because someone in management or production at Warner Brothers DC, someone would have to make that decision, and that will be all that they are known for in that company for the rest of the time that they work there.
And it's just the more story that comes out, obviously the worse and worse it gets. Like, and we don't want to get into all the legal trouble that he's facing. We're more basically focusing on the studio, the movie aspect of it all, that the knock-on effect.
Yeah, because look,
that's more a police issue that we're going to leave to that stuff.
Yeah, we're not going to comment on ongoing crimes, basically.
And so, like, look, ongoing crimes can happen, right? Ezra can cause all sorts of hassle. What it relates to this show is that Warner Brothers, they've been spending months. They've known this is happening for months. He's been on the run non-stop. Or sorry, they've been on the run non-stop for the whole summer, right?
Yeah.
So what happens is they're like, no, it's fine. Honestly, it's grand. No, we're still putting the movie out. It's still good. It's still good. It's still good.
The Flash is still happening, okay? We're very excited for The Flash.
I think it's going to be a flashpoint. We're going to reset everything.
Michael Keaton's involved.
And like now they've got nothing.
No, they've nothing to work with anymore. Like, I legitimately, I have a, like, if one more bad thing happens with Ezra, I think this movie is dead. Like, I think it's actively going to be cancelled. I also don't think it's going to be very good anyway. But that's
apparently
beside
it has the highest audience score of any
nothing.
DC movie.
Means
nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Batman vs Superman got a standing ovation when it got shown.
I think it was like a 10-minute standing ovation.
Yeah, it was like one of those bullshit stories.
Yeah, but the only audience one that was ever correct is the first audience viewing for The Phantom Menace. George Lucas himself watched it and said, I think I may have gone too far.
No, first of all, he got all the people to leave behind the scenes. He was like, everyone who's not me and like the two other fucking producers, could you just leave the room? And they all left. He's like, I think I may have gone too far.
Yeah, this is too much. But like audience reviews, like initial audience responses, generally really don't mean anything. Like it's not a reflection on what the final film will be or how it will be received. I also think,
what of these three options do you think they're choosing?
I think that the plan at the minute is probably option 2, which is
movie comes out, Ezra does no press, and just throw everybody else to the wolves and hope for the best.
Yeah, I'm really interested in seeing like the TV spots and the trailers because. Like, it's largely going to be like Michael Keaton, I believe.
I think that's what they'll do. They'll throw Keaton front and centre. Like, Keaton, you have to carry these presses. Like, they're going to ask you so many questions. You just confuse them. Hand signals. Just maybe a few winks. Maybe I was Batman. Do you remember? Just a few a day. Get them off your trail.
Do you remember I was in the film Morbius for a bit?
Does the movie end with them doing a reshoot of like somebody else popping out of a portal as the Flash? Maybe Grant Gustin or somebody else.
Grant Gustin, I've heard of like Dylan O'Brien being thrown around.
He gets thrown around at literally every DC property.
Anytime there's like just an open cast for any male DC character.
Robin or Nightwing or the Flash or Green Lantern or anyone, it's like, Dylan could do it. Dylan's around.
Should we get Dylan in?
Is Dylan in the room? Is he? He's interviewing for Nightwing right now, is he?
He can do Lex Luthor. He could be Lex Luthor.
What if he did Lex Luthor and Nightwing and the Flash?
Oh, kind of a Joker style thing. Okay,
triple up. We have to pay him one paycheck.
He's a great Mr. Freeze. But no, I think they'd be mad to not bring Grant Gustin in because that man has been a respectable Flash the entire time.
Never caused any hassle.
Never did
any. I mean, the show was fine. It's absolutely average.
First season, really good.
Should have stuck to like 3 seasons, then call it quits. But I mean, if it's successful, they're always going to do 9 seasons. Nobody's ever said the 9th season is really where it picked up.
But it's all connected to a whole bunch of other shows and shit like that. It's too much to watch. But it's also the issue is that every season is the Flash is the fastest man alive. Oh no,
this other guy.
Someone's faster than the Flash.
And there's the moment where he looks and like the other guy's quicker and he tries to punch him and he's like, oh shit, he's quicker than me. Better find love with my friends. I'll overcome this.
That's the only way to do it.
So we're going to move on to our next piece of news. And this is a bit of news that really surprised me.
Oh.
Oscar Isaac has been talking about Star Wars. and Poe Dameron, Shaun.
Is it about how much he hates the character?
Exactly my thoughts. So I'm thinking, this isn't news. Who cares? The only reason this is in the show is because he's come out in a positive light, saying he'd be happy to return. He's open to returning to Star Wars if it's the right story, right director. Now, I know what you're thinking. I guess a Get Out, right story, right director. I was thinking the same. But he literally ends the quote with, I'm so open to it. To coming back.
Man, but how big would the paycheck have to be to do that? Like,
big. I'm thinking big.
Because that whole, like, sequel trilogy is a mess. Like, we've talked about it to no end on this podcast. But, he is probably one of the most fan-favourite characters from that trilogy. And to see what Poe does after everything that went on, that could be kind of interesting. But also, I don't want Oscar Isaac to get burned by Star Wars again.
We just like Oscar.
He's just
we
too
don't.
Nice.
You're too good for this, Oscar. I mean, they've burned you once. Just leave.
But, like, I mean, I guess as an actor, it's hard
Star
to be like,
Wars.
no, I will never do any Star Wars property
Especially
ever.
when you're like the main trio cast.
He's the Han Solo of.
Yeah, and he was perfect in the role. And I mean, like Force Awakens, he absolutely kills it. He starts acting like an idiot in the second one. The third one, he's just kind of there.
He's floating around by the end of things.
He's a weird. What's the word about it? A smuggler in the third one for some reason.
He's a spice smuggler, I think, is the thing that he did. But like him and Finn for like episodes 8 and 9, him and Finn are just written the same. Like they're
it's the same character.
Same character, just interchangeable. There's no distinction between the two, which waters down both characters at the end of the day.
Now, my question to you is, right, you get Poe Dameron locked in. How much money does Boyega have to be offered?
Upwards, like you're talking Flash budget. Like the entire budget for the Flash, 200 million.
For like a day, per day.
For 1 day shooting. And it's going to be like Harrison Ford rules where, no, he has to die. He has to be permanently dead forever.
Because he has not come out in any positive light from those movies. I don't think Daisy Ridley will come back. I just think the whole thing, her and Boyega were completely burned. Maybe I think Oscar Isaac got away with it slightly more. Just because... Go on.
Yeah, kind of like immediately after Star Wars, like he went on to do so many just big, massive projects of his own. So I think that he kind of separated himself really quickly. But I feel like because maybe like Daisy Ridley and John Boyega were very front and centre across all three of them, I think they're really associated with those Star Wars movies, and it's kind of harder to break out of that now. Yeah,
and look, he's got Moon Knight coming up. There's a second season of that. I mean, he's also in Across the Spider-Verse.
I forgot he's in that.
He's in everything, man. He was in Dune. Well,
he's was. And may yet be. Who knows?
No, he's going to live forever. He's probably going to be in the second one. But I think for him, I think after doing Moon Knight with the MCU, I could see him coming back for a Disney Plus show just for Poe Dameron in like 5 years. Just be like, fuck it, 6 episodes.
Maybe he'll do a Kenobi kind of thing on it.
If Cassian Andor's getting one, Poe Dameron's getting one.
Poe Dameron should have got one already. Like between like episodes 7 and 8, he should have had a little.
Why is he the best pilot ever? I want to know. Show me cool stuff.
Show me how he becomes a pilot.
Show me handsome Oscar Isaac doing stuff.
But it's just going to be like worse Mandalorian, really. It's just Oscar Isaac just going about his day, like.
Yeah, but I mean, don't have to be winners. Moon Knight Season 1 was grand.
It was fine. There was a lot of fights that we just cut away and then the fight was over. It was great.
Did you see that? There was news this week, apparently he was never on set whenever Moon Knight fought because it was just CGI.
That's hilarious to me. I mean, get that paycheck.
It's like, I'm pretty sure Tony Stark was literally never on set, other than he would just come in for that day just in the green screen and just shoot the face thing where he's in the suit.
Anytime like that Iron Man helmet is down, like that's not him. Like,
wait, they didn't dress him fully up?
Well, the first one, it's gas because you can watch, and like they had a proper practical suit. And for like the first half of filming, he would wear the whole thing. Then for like the middle 3/4, he just started wearing just the chest. And then by the end of it, he just has a load of mocap dots on him.
You'll do it, lads. You'll do it.
I'm tired of this.
So yeah, I just heard that news about Poe Dameron. I was like, give you false hope. Maybe Oscar's coming back to Star Wars, Shaun.
Who knows? Look, you're the biggest Star Wars fan on this podcast.
That's true.
So I assume you're hype and will watch anything.
I mean, I'm so hyped for more Star Wars, especially Poe Dameron and all that. I mean, look, it's Oscar Isaac, it's Poe Dameron. It's cool. It's probably the best character you could have done a spin-off of.
True.
I mean, I would have said originally Boyega's character. I mean, you've got a Claude who's he
defects from the Stormtroopers.
He defects, and he's got this cool story. They watered him down so much. I don't think you could go anywhere with that. Not from John Boyega's perspective, just in terms of writing wise.
Yeah, but the fact that he's a defected Stormtrooper, that never comes up again.
Never, and it's the coolest bit.
He never has any conflict in that.
We're moving on, Shaun, to our next piece of news, and look. It's more DC, Warner Brothers.
It's fine, I'm ready.
Think of the most open goal you could possibly have for Warner Brothers right now, DC especially. What is the most open goal they could possibly have? Easiest decision.
The Batman, is it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
The Batman 2 has not yet been given the green light and is still likely years away.
Why? Why not? There's someone who's like being like, they want a Batman in the DCEU, and they're having this dumb argument about whether people will be confused. But it doesn't matter, just give me a good Batman movie.
The fact that they did the Batman, got rave reviews, right?
Yeah.
They will greenlight Shazam 2 in a fucking day, right?
Yeah.
The Batman 2 is still technically, in their own words, in development and has not been given the green light, as the film could be few years away, like 2026, 2027, which is crazy because surely the first one was so good. Matt Reeves, excellent. You have him there. He's still writing and directed number 2. Lock him in. Have it. Okay, you're set for 2025. You're in. You've 3 years. Let's see what you can do.
Yeah, maybe they want more concrete, plot elements and things like that before they sign off on it. Because maybe there is some plan for the DCEU side of things where, they're going to introduce certain villains and they don't want to double up on the villains in another Batman movie. Maybe that, they just want more of a framework about what the plot and the premise would be. But
I think Matt Reeves has earned the fact that you're just go, okay, we'll just do 2.
I think he should just have first refusal on that.
To be fair, they did announce the Batman 2 in Comic-Con in April of this year, straight after the first one released.
Right.
But that was just it's definitely coming out. But now we have all the shake-ups at Warner Brothers and DC over the last few weeks, and now technically it's gone back to it's not greenlit yet. Don't get ahead of yourself.
Yeah.
Still in development.
We're toying around with the idea of doing a Batman 2. We're thinking about
doing a Batman 2. Maybe we won't. Maybe we'll come up with a better idea.
If we didn't get a Batman 2, would you be disappointed?
Well, yeah, of course. I mean...
But would the first movie stand on its own enough, do you think?
Yes, I think it would. I think the first movie from start to finish is a great evolution of character who... He's just out for himself, and then you have the shot at the end where he's I'm saving people, and the little girl won't let go of his hand because he's now a symbol of hope rather than fear and all this shit.
Vengeance.
I think to be honest, that's the perfect story for a Batman. If that was a comic book arc, that'd be perfect.
Yeah.
So if that's the one and done, I have no issue with that. Obviously, because I love that world and I love the character, I want to see more. But then again, if the second one comes out with its shit, does it ruin the first one?
This is the thing. This is always the fear. This is what I felt when Paddington 2 was coming out, But look how wrong I was proved there,
They
Connor.
picked it up. They made it even better somehow.
Even better. Now we're rolling the dice on Paddington 3. I'm not sure about that myself.
I don't think you should. If you hit 2 home runs, leave it. Just call it a day.
Just go home early, clock out.
Yeah.
What's also mad, speaking of sequels, is that they've given the green light to Joker 2 instead of the Batman 2.
Yeah, we actually have news on the Joker 2. I can get to that right now if you'd like.
Yeah, why not? We're on DC.
So, Joker 2 gets a $150 million budget and will feature complicated musical sequences with Lady Gaga.
I mean, we kind of knew the musical, the Lady Gaga, that had been rumoured for a little while. That's a big budget.
That's $150 million. I mean, well, they're willing to throw away $200 for The Flash in a heartbeat.
Well, I didn't think they were throwing it away. But, like, the first Joker was made on a budget of between $55 and $70 million.
Yeah, that was made on a smaller budget because they didn't know if it was going to make a lot of money. Then it made $1 billion. And so now they're like, 150 is easy money.
But they don't understand that it doesn't scale like that. Just because you put in double the budget at the start doesn't mean you're now going to make $2 billion for Joker 2.
I don't. You're going to make probably less for the second one. I would say maybe 900, 800.
Yeah, probably. Like, there's very few sequels that will make more than the original, is the
Mostly
thing.
because I think Joker 1 had also that added element of, it's so dangerous. You don't want to see this. This will send you fucking insane. So then people are buying more because they're like, I want to see it. There's a lot of hype. I don't think they can do that again for the second one, because if they go, nobody wants to get this released, it's too dangerous. And everyone's kind of like, but you said that the first time, and it was fine. Like, it was just a movie.
It's just a regular film where you understood the characters. You might not agree with it, but you understood the characters' motivations and goals in that film. But in the second one, we already know what that character is about. So the marketing for this is just going to be, it's more of the first one, which isn't going to sell as many tickets, I don't think, because you won't get the people who saw the first one and didn't like it. They will not come back and watch the second one. Apart from
an interesting thought of all this is Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn is interesting because I think Margot Robbie is pretty universally loved in that role.
True.
So I'm not even thinking in terms of what people will think of her in the role. I think Lady Gaga is a great actress. I'm sure she'll be pretty good at it. I'm just thinking in terms of, like, will that drive more people to be like, I'm going to go see this movie because Lady Gaga is Harley Quinn. I want to see what they bring. Or is it more like, wait, that's not Harley Quinn that I like. That's the other one is the one I like.
Yeah, I think you need to be able, like, I think people will be able to separate it for the most part, because I imagine there'll be vastly different tones between the two Harley Quinns.
Do you think they'll dress her as comic book Harley Quinn?
Like with the full black and red.
The
like,
full Harley Quinn, yeah.
Maybe that would kind of fit more with the Joker world than it would with, like, the Suicide Squad or anything like that. But the musical thing gets me as well, because it's probably set mostly in Arkham. So I imagine it's just someone's hallucinating all of these musical numbers.
I assume it's all set in Arkham. Well, and so what'll happen is, most of it is her maybe singing and dancing. Maybe you have the psychiatric evaluations. We went over a few weeks ago, but you have the whole Mad Love storyline from the animated series and the comic books that they wrote about it. If you haven't read Mad Love or seen the episode, I would recommend going to see it. It's basically probably the plot of the Joker 2, because I think Lady Gaga will enter in just as, like, psychiatrist Harley Quinn.
Yeah. Can I make an observation?
Yes.
So the first Joker, pretty much Taxi Driver, right?
Yeah.
In terms of movies. But this one's set in an asylum, so what if it's like a One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest kind of Joker musical movie?
What's the one with Leonardo DiCaprio? Shutter Island?
Shutter Island! The other Scorsese film. It's going to be Shutter Island.
Fucking Todd Phillips has no shame. No. That man will copy and paste. Which one? I think Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest is pretty good, but he loves Scorsese.
That's it. It could do elements of both, you know. It could do elements of both.
He did Taxi Driver and
King of Comedy.
The King of Comedy last time. So what two is he going to copy this time?
I think I like Shutter Island as a.
It's all going to be in his head at the end.
It's going to be a Shutter Island / Grease situation. That's where the musical comes in.
Yes, perfect. I mean, then you have. Is he going to sing? I'm assuming he will. He'll be like, because he's an entertainer, Shaun.
Yeah, he's a performer.
He's a performer.
And you have Lady Gaga there, who's quite good at the old singing, I think.
She could actually, she could nail. I don't know what Joaquin Phoenix's pipes are like.
I think he's sang before. He was Johnny Cash, wasn't he? In Walk the Line.
Or was that River Phoenix?
No, that was...
No, Joaquin was it. Yeah, Joaquin was Johnny Cash.
Yeah, but Joaquin Phoenix, I just want to see, because he was definitely Johnny Cash.
Reese Witherspoon.
That was it. Yeah. That's him. Yeah. So yeah, Joaquin. So yeah, he could do I'd love to see like Joker do like a Folsom Prison style set, and it's like an open mic night in Arkham Asylum. I think that'd be fucking hilarious.
Look, the Joker 2, $150 million budget, half musical, half not. It's a strange old mix. Let's see what happens. I'd be interested to know how they're going to pull this off. What's cool about this is nobody knows anything until the trailer comes out, really.
It's that and the Barbie movie have this in common, basically, is that no one has a clue what's actually going to happen with this. I think I'm more not excited, but more curious about this one than I was for the first Joker movie.
Yeah, the first one was easy. The first one we all kind of knew.
It's the Killing Joke, basically, that they were doing, but this one is just like, it's off the wall a little bit, so it's all up in the air.
We're moving on, Shaun, to our next piece of news, and this is one of the strangest ones I've had for quite a while. I think this might be the strangest news story of the year in regards to what they're planning in a movie, because Tom Cruise and Christopher McQuarrie are back together again, right? Okay. Now, the duo, obviously, they're kind of working non-stop. They've done all of... I think McQuarrie directed Jack Reacher and the last 5 Mission Impossibles, or the last 4 of them. I was trying
to think the last... I think it's the last 4, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, and so, like, the two of them work very well together. Everything's going great. But we now have... Tom Cruise has... A bit of a report from Deadline has reported that he would like to make a movie based off his character, Les Grossman, from Tropic Thunder.
Oh! That's very strange.
If anyone doesn't remember that character, Shaun, would you be able to describe what Les Grossman is?
He's just like a caricature of a Hollywood producer from like the early 2000s. But it's Tom Cruise wearing so many pounds of fat, like a fat suit and FX makeup. Yeah. Just behaving like a caricature of like a Harvey Weinstein type person.
And if anyone has seen Tropic Thunder, so it's a movie, obviously an excellent film, but if you haven't seen it, it's a movie where all these actors show up, they think they're in a movie, but they're actually in a real life war, so they're just like constantly think they're just on set. And think they're just blowing up as part of the movie. They're just reacting, but it's actually real life. And he's running the movie, I think. Isn't he like the producer behind the film?
Yeah, and he is the one who's like, when it's discovered that they're in like an active war zone, he's the one that's like, no, keep filming. Like, that's...
But at the same time, he's really one note of just, he's Tom Cruise in a fat suit saying batshit stuff, just being crazy. So... Who looks at Tom Cruise's filmography and then is like, that's the one. That's the spin-off we need.
Nail down here.
This is the spin-off that's going to make us $1 billion. Again.
Maybe he just wants to like play around in a fat suit for a change. It's going to be like the Better Call Saul of Les Grossman. Where it's like you see him become this character. I don't know, but why not? You know?
Does anyone even remember, but Tropic Thunder was 2008, right?
Yeah.
That's 14 years ago.
It is, but it's also one of those films that just exists and like it doesn't need or have anything else around it. Like it's
true.
It's like that and like Step Brothers and shit like that, where it's just it's like it's a niche comedy with a very broad appeal, but then that's it. It's a one and done, and unless you do like a Dumb and Dumber 2. Which will tank, or a Zoolander will not do very well, which will tank.
Yes.
So the Les Grossman solo experience, I don't have a lot of faith in how well it'll do.
Okay, Zoolander 2 tanked. Number 2 tanked.
Yeah.
What level of tank are we thinking for a Les Grossman spin-off movie?
I'm thinking Son of the Mask is what I'm thinking of. You remember Son of the Mask?
That is a level. That is a level nobody's reached since Son of the Mask.
It's been a while. It's been a really long time.
Jim Carrey's not even in that movie.
No, he's not. Like it's just
a
weird
different dude.
It's also the dog has the mask on for most of it. Like,
I remember
is it
watching
Seth
that.
Green? Is it Seth Green in Son of the Mask?
Is it Seth Green? No, who's the father in that?
Ryan Falconer.
Okay, and he's like, I'm now the mask, but then his kid finds the mask, and then his kid has the mask,
and he's having trouble taking care of, of a baby because he's not able to do it.
No, he's a man, Shaun. It's 2004. It's a different time.
Men were incapable of looking after children at the time.
And so,
sorry,
Shaun,
it's Jamie Kennedy
the plot.
is his name. Yeah, sorry, I'm going through this again. It's a lot going on. Alan Cumming is in this. Jesus.
Les Grossman's getting a sequel that I can only assume will be the same level of the Son of the Mask.
But with a better cast.
Tom Cruise is so crazy. He could pull this off.
I was fully confident that Top Gun Maverick would make no money, and then it was like the biggest movie of the summer. So
made $1.4 billion.
So if you put even 400 million of that into the Les Grossman movie,
yeah,
he'll knock it out of the park, I think.
And he's going to space for a different movie, like literally going to space that Macquarie's the producer of. This man will do anything. Send him up to space in the fat suit is all I'm asking.
And just have him like orbit Earth for a little while.
Double film. You just need to film once, and then you can double up for each movie.
Just shoot a load of footage of Tom Cruise in various situations and chop a movie together out of
it. So, Shaun, we're moving on to our next bit of news. And this news story was literally put in just for you because I thought it would cheer you up after all the negativity we've had. Okay. And that is National Treasure Edge of History series will be a continuation of the movies.
Beautiful news. So for people that don't know, I fucking love the National Treasure movies.
For some reason.
I don't know why. I think about them about twice a month. But
almost too many.
It's almost too many times. And then there's this series coming out on Disney Plus with like a younger cast, but with some of the original cast returning.
And you know the original cast name? What's the guy's name?
Oh, Justin Bartha. He plays Riley in National Treasure. Everyone's favourite, Riley. So
we did a review of National Treasure 1 on our Patreon, and it was as terrible as you remember it.
I had fun with it.
It's a ridiculous movie. Number 2, if I remember correctly, I went to the cinema to see it, is even worse.
Too.
But you just
Mount
have
Rushmore is a big vault in that movie, Connor.
And this is the second one, the one with the rock that has the eagle on it.
Yeah. That's that. Yeah, and he puts his hand in the eagle and he screams because it's a funny joke. And he pulls a lever and it's all fine. And then half of Mount Rushmore falls down.
That's good. It's good stuff.
It's pretty good. It
sounds like you're on LSD, by the way, describing this plot. But National Treasure Edge of History. So after many years, we had obviously the greatness of National Treasure 2. We all remember, we all love it. We're all right there with you, Shaun.
Thanks very much,
And then it got announced that the Disney Plus series was coming out. And everybody, including all of us, and right way there with you, Shaun, all of us were very excited.
Couldn't wait. But the fear was that it would be a full reboot of the series.
If it's just a full reboot, what's the point? I mean,
all that time
how do I care? Yeah, like my emotional damage from 1 and 2 from 2007 still holds within me. And I need the continuation of where these characters are, where they're going to, Shaun. I've been thinking about it non-stop every day since 2007.
So the big question then is, will there be a Nick Cage cameo in this series?
That is the answer we actually don't know. We don't know if there will be, but there has to be, surely.
Surely, unless like they kill him off in it.
Or he died. That's what starts it.
He died off screen. He left one final clue. And then it's clues upon clues upon clues. And Diane Kruger is there as well. Why not?
And she's delighted he's dead because he's a dickhead to her in those movies.
No, they got back together at the end, I think.
Yeah, but he's awful.
He's a terrible person to be around.
Do you want me to read their quote? So,
yeah.
The treasure that we follow on uncovering all of the mysteries that we have on the show, each episode kind of leads into the next. You know, that's basically every series describing shows. I think parts of the treasure followed in the series were mentioned in the second movie. I don't know if I can say that, but the Pan-American treasure was introduced then, so it's a continuation of the original movies, only 20 years later.
Okay. So wait, is there going to be clues in the 2 movies already made that will help solve things in this series?
Can I just really quickly, you don't have to solve anything. It's going to be solved for you, Shaun.
No. I have to figure it out.
What crossed my mind was you with red string and a big wall, and I was like, no, they're probably going to figure it out in the film or in the show.
But I have to wait week on week for that, Connor.
That's
what
true.
if I can draw my conclusions beforehand?
Just wild, exaggerated conclusions that will hopefully fit it all together. I'm saying there's going to be hints in 1 and 2 that could lead into this series and you becoming the smartest man in the world by solving them.
Well, see, the thing is that at the end of National Treasure 2 Book of Secrets, he meets the president that he kidnapped earlier.
A president.
He meets... He meets him in an airport hangar, and they were talking about the Book of Secrets, and the president is like, did you get to look at page fucking, I think it's 47? And Nick Cage says, I did, and it could be the most important discovery in human history. Yeah. And then the film ends, and then there was nothing else said about that.
Well, how do you peak after that? I mean, like, you've set up the greatest cliffhanger of all time.
But maybe, it could only be told in an episodic format, and Disney Plus hadn't been invented yet.
Well, I'm excited for the people to see how much we have really expanded the world, said one of the co-stars, Lyndon Smith, saying, because if you like the first 2 movies, Shaun, we are essentially giving you 10 mini movies.
Jesus. Oh, those are big promises to someone like me. You know,
only you.
I will watch this show, man. If I have to do like a survey and it's like, why did you get Disney Plus? I'm saying it's for National Treasure. I'm
not even for Obi-Wan Kenobi, not for any of the Marvel, the MCU shows.
Get out of here.
Just straight up National Treasure.
Just give me my weird pseudo-American crypto history. I love
it. We're moving on to our next piece of news, Shaun, and it involves... This is one of those stories where they're doing a movie that I know you're going to really like the idea. So I bring it to you on a weekly basis, knowing that you're going to love it, and I want to get your honest opinion.
Okay, listeners, I want to make a claim that I won't like this film, and it's going to be some kind of live-action remake.
Pac-Man is getting a live-action movie adaptation.
I was close. Jesus Christ.
Not a remake, a live movie adaptation. Yeah.
Why? Like, what's the plot? It's the most basic shitty game ever.
Well, look, Shaun, Sonic the Hedgehog made big bucks at the
Sonic's
box office,
a character.
Right? And the
Pac-Man's
Super Mario Brothers film, it's coming out this winter, and it's locked in as well. So you've got these...
that's a character with a backstory and like emotions, whereas Pac-Man is a yellow circle with a bit cut out.
Now, it is noted that the film will also be live action, so not even an animated Pac-Man movie, which would probably make it easier to make. But nothing has been revealed about the plot. The story is said to be based on an original pitch by Williams, who is one of the directors.
Okay, but why, like, who spends their time thinking of a plot for the Pac-Man movie?
Think of a different plot for a different movie.
Think of literally, and even any other game.
Think of a third Sonic the Hedgehog movie, or the second Mario's Brothers movie. Just why are you thinking of a Pac-Man movie? Is it going to be CGI Pac-Man fleeing from ghosts in the real world? Or a real life Pac-Man fleeing from ghosts in the real world?
It's got to be, I think it's going to be like some kind of... Because what's Pac-Man about?
Okay, so Pac-Man runs away from ghosts and he eats coloury point stuff. Balls.
Okay. Here's the plan.
Oh, here we go.
Pac-Man
okay, I'm with you. I'm in this. Look, we're in the office. We're in the conference room. I work obviously for one of the studios. Please continue.
What I want you to do, I want you to throw out everything you know about Pac-Man other than some colours.
That's literally all I know. So I'm throwing that out.
So Pac-Man is a man, a human man. He works down in like mines in a futuristic society. He wears all yellow. That's his uniform, right? Right. You with me? Far?
I'm with you.
He's digging through, like eating the little pellets. That's representative
He's
of.
Eating the pellets as he digs them.
No, he's digging them and he's fucking them into a bag or something. Like he's looking for little gems to power the city. I don't know.
Yeah.
But then down there, turns out there's a load of ghosts of old dead ex-miners that used to be sent down. And
who tried to eat the pellets.
Maybe you're really you're fixed on eating the pellets.
I really want to narrow down how edible are the pellets.
They're, I suppose, non-edible. If I have to pick.
I'm out. I'm kindly out.
Right, okay.
Go on. We'll finish your pitch anyway, please.
No, the point is that he gets down and it's like an old, like ancient hangar at the bottom, and he beats the ghost, and then there's a big ship and it's a big sphere, and he looks like the Pac-Man from the game. That's what happens. All right.
I mean, how else do you do? If Pac-Man is a human in the live action movie, what is he doing? Is he a cannibal? Does he go around eating people? Does he run away from ghosts until he eats something specific and then he tries to eat the ghosts?
Maybe. Could you do a Ms. Pac-Man thing, you know?
There has to be a love story within it, Shaun.
Yeah. Like, and I think it's somehow easier to do the Pac-Man movie if everyone's a human. Because you just have vague references to the game Pac-Man and then just write a regular story. I think
that you do it like the movie It Follows, but like everybody's trying to eat Pac-Man and this guy is just trying to live his life and he's running away. It's a horror movie. I think he's constantly trying to avoid death.
I think horror movie is the way to go for the Pac-Man movie. Just because ghosts, you know, you got weird blue mazes that people can run around in.
Can I guess what they will actually do?
Yeah.
Well, what they're actually going to do is it'll just be a kid. He's going to be maybe 18. He loves TikTok, right? And he turns up, right? And there's a game, right? And when he presses the button, oh, Shaun, you're not going to believe this. He stops being in our world. And I'm not going to say the word sucked into the game, but he's within the game and it's through suckage.
This is Tron Legacy, I believe.
I'm thinking of Tron Legacy or the new Space Jam movie. or Jumanji.
Or Adam Sandler's Pixels.
Or any of those movies, yes. You get dragged into the game and then you got to win the game to save your life.
I mean, no, I don't want that. I think that'll be shit.
Yeah, but I think it's going to be shit anyway.
But why did they do this though? Why did they put money into? You're right. This did make me angry. They put money into just like the value of a perceived value of a brand that everyone knows, but no one wants to watch Pac-Man.
Is there anyone like dying for a new Pac-Man game? Have you ever heard someone go, "Geez, I can't wait for that sequel to Pac-Man"?
I literally think if you've played one, you've played them all because it's all the same premise.
Yes.
Aside from that weird one on the PlayStation 2 where it was like a 3D platformer and Pac-Man had legs. Maybe that's the Pac-Man
that's what they're doing in the movie.
But it's live action, so it's just going to be shit Sonic the Hedgehog.
Do you know what I want to
Pikachu.
see? Instead of a Pac-Man movie, if you're going to do a 2D platform game from the 90s or the 80s, I'm thinking Sega Genesis, Bomberman. I'm thinking Bomberman movie would be perfect.
That would kill. That would do so good. Even you want to stick with like old school arcade games? Fine, do Space Invaders, and just remake Independence Day.
That was the new Independence Day.
No, but this one has a little thing at the bottom that goes across and shoots.
Oh, pretty good. Yeah, these are all terrible ideas. Please keep making them, guys. I think it's going to really work out. I really think it will. Shaun, we're going to have to finish off. I have 2 stories from Warner Brothers. I need you to power through.
Jesus Christ, okay? Yeah, still really warm in Ireland, by the way. I just want to point that out.
It's got to be the last week of Warner Brothers. Surely there's going to be a week where they calm down.
Connor, I think it's going to be week 200 soon. I think we've talked about Warner Brothers every single week.
So, because I have a follow-up from the Batgirl news story, and this headline just really made me laugh. Because Warner Brothers, obviously, Shaun, they've looked at Leslie Grace and they've said, we know you filmed that movie, but we're no longer releasing it, soz. Is what they said. And so now the headline I have here is Warner Brothers hopes to mend fences with Leslie Grace, wants her to return as Batgirl in a different property.
Why would you do this to her?
We promise. I swear, Leslie, we're not going to cancel it this time.
Warner Brothers is just a shit boyfriend.
They're gaslighting the shit out of her.
But what was objectively wrong with the movie to cancel it? Because it clearly wasn't her. I'd wager it wasn't Michael Keaton.
Or Brendan Fraser.
So where's the weak link there? That they determined, oh, no, this element is working so badly that we have to scrap the whole thing. Why would she go back?
If you've been asleep for the last week or so, and just to catch everyone up, Batgirl, the movie, Warner Brothers decided they wanted to do it a few years ago. They hired Leslie Grace, they hired Brendan Fraser, they got in Michael Keaton as the old Batman to come in as pass the torch. J.K. Simmons was in it as her dad. It's all fucking perfect, locked in. They filmed the whole movie, edited basically 80% of the movie, spent nearly $100 million putting it all together, and then decided last week they were cancelling the movie, even though it was basically done.
And now they're saying that, but we really like Leslie Grace as Batgirl.
So it's like they fired her and said, we don't want you. But I mean, no, actually, it's like a boyfriend. I just said, they broke up, and he's like, yeah, but we could still be friends with benefits. I know we were going to get married. I know we were husband and wife.
I know we were planning the wedding,
we were planning the wedding. But what if we just seen each other on nights out? What if we went, dancing together every fucking few weeks, maybe? No hard feelings? Yeah, cool? All right.
And it's like if you were in work and you did your work for the day and your boss just, crumpled it up in front of you, threw it in the bin and said, see you Monday.
Your shit. You don't know. He's like, you're fired. Do you want to come freelance? Just next week.
Let me tell you the benefits of a 0-hour contract kind of discussion.
You know all those securities you have? We're going to get rid of them, but you come in next week anyway, just for the crack.
Fucking stones on Warner Brothers to actually say that.
They are seeking to mend fences, Shaun.
But did they say that to her, or did they say that in public? And they
said that in public. They said that in public. We don't know if they've contacted her directly, but they've said it in public, which is why we know they're they're letting feelers get out, Shaun. We wanna say sorry. Just maybe give us a ring. Maybe just a little bit.
Maybe that's it. She's not answering the calls, and they're like, we have to save face somehow because we're tanking at the minute.
If you're Leslie Grace, do you come back for a cameo in a different movie?
No, I go to Marvel. I go and I be like Storm in Marvel, maybe.
Yes, something fucking cool,
something class, and she'll kill it.
I'm Jean Grey, or I'm Storm, or I'm someone in the new X-Men team. Then you can't fucking stop me. I'm unreal.
That would be, I think that would be great. And it would just be a real middle finger to DC.
Because why would you want to go back? How much more secure can you be as the lead actress Batgirl in a movie that cost nearly $100 million? I mean, there's precarious situations, and then there's a situation like that where you're like, well, look, I'm on a Batgirl movie and it's already been filmed. They can't cancel it now, surely.
I hope she got paid something just for the time that she spent on it.
Yeah, but she got paid in exposure.
That doesn't count, what? Connor. I keep telling you that doesn't count. I would love if all of the ex-DC stars went over to Marvel, even just for a bit. You're thinking it's a rival sports team, the manager pissed them off, so go join the other team. Maybe that's it. But I also just think I don't know, like get Henry Cavill in, get Ben Affleck in, like get maybe not Ezra. Maybe don't get Ezra in, lads.
Maybe don't touch Ezra. Maybe leave Ezra alone for the time being.
Grant Gustin, though, bring him in.
Bring Grant in. Bring Stephen Amell in.
That would be hilarious. That would be so good. Brandon Routh, bring him back.
Brandon could do a job. He could still do a job. We're finishing off with our Warner Bros. News. As last week we confirmed that, and I think we were very just shitting on DC last week.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why, Shaun. They hadn't done anything wrong. They hadn't really treated anyone badly.
No, they hadn't given us any cause to treat them.
They hadn't given us any cause. So, I mean, what came out last week was that they were doing a 10-year plan for the 15th time. This time, we promise we're going to stick to the 10 years.
Every year they do a 10-year plan. And every year it gets sadder and sadder.
Eventually they will get to the 3-year span of a 10-year plan, and then they'll be locked in. They'll have to keep up with it then at that stage. You've already done 3.
So what's do we have an update on the 10-year plan?
Well, for the 10-year plan, Shaun, they need a leader. They need and you're going to love this phrase, and we've heard 15 times already, a Kevin Feige type.
I love how that man is a fucking, adjective now.
We need a Kevin Feige, and we all know what that means. But DC have said that line in press releases since 2012. Non-stop, we need a Kevin Feige. And every time they're like, that's the guy, or that's the girl. This is it.
Do.
Yeah.
And then they change nothing.
And then the person that comes in is like, guys, maybe we should do this. And they're like, shut the fuck up, right? We're going to get rid of you. We're going to get a new person in. They're going to be even better as a Kevin Feige type.
Do they think that Marvel have Kevin Feige just to give PowerPoint presentations every couple of years?
I think they don't understand what Kevin Feige does.
They don't understand the role of a producer.
Because I think in DC's world, they get someone in and then they tell them what to do, and then the person just does it. Whereas, in my opinion, now this could be completely wrong, but from the outside looking in, to us it kind of looks like Kevin Feige tells Disney, this is what we're going to go with for Marvel, and I think it's going to work. And Disney are like, we trust you, Kevin. We know you got this down.
I think it's more, I imagine there's more discussion than that, but I think that's largely it, that he will map it out and then basically sell it to the company that he's already working for. Just being like, no, this is why we'll do this and why it'll happen this way, and etc., etc.
Well, Warner Bros. May have found their new Kevin Feige type, Shaun.
Is it Snyder? It's
not Snyder. Snyder was locked in for a little bit. Then Jeff Johns, as we talked about last week, was their Kevin Feige for a little bit. But what now they have is Arrow versus Greg Berlanti is being considered for DC's Kevin Feige role.
I mean, look, able to balance many different properties operating in the same universe. Yeah,
Greg Berlanti, by the way, created Arrow. Not create, obviously, the character of Green Arrow, but he is the showrunner for Arrow and The Flash and Legends of Tomorrow and all those shows on the CW.
Yeah, so that's good. That's a proven track record. I'd argue the shows aren't very good, but that might more be a limit of the CW.
I think that's more of a budget and scope level rather than him himself.
Yeah, and they're all those fucking seasons are 24 episodes or something as well.
Yeah, that's mad. Ridiculous. That's crazy stuff.
It's insane. So I think that with just solid movies might be a good show.
So they have now said that obviously they ended up cancelling Batwoman as well, but you had also Batwoman in there. They're also apparently doing Superman and Lois. He's involved in that. Gotham Knights, Supergirl, all that stuff.
Everything.
He's basically involved in all that. So now they're looking at him as the new guy that they're going to bring in for their 10-year plan. So my question to you, Shaun, I think Greg Berlanti, I think he could be very good in the role. I think
he did do Titans.
Don't hold that against him, okay? But he could do very good in the role. But in that sentence I just said is he could do very well, because what we also have to counteract is a year from now they are fully going to be against whoever goes into that role once they don't make $1 billion with their first movie.
Yeah, with the framework that has already been set up by someone other than them is the thing. So
because Greg Berlanti will go in, he'll go, okay, I want to do this, 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 and this. They'll go, well, we're fully behind you, Greg. First movie comes out, doesn't do amazing. Greg, I think we need to see other people. I think we need another person to come in and make a different plan.
There's just no patience. Like, they don't understand the long game of, make one. It doesn't have to make $1 billion out of the gate, and then make another good one and keep building on that until everything finishes up. But look, I'm not a showrunner or anything like that. I don't work in a movie studio, but I would say, and we've said this on the podcast a lot of times, make one good one and then go from there. Then start making plans for the rest. The thing for me in this is, I actually think, now let's all just kind of pretend I didn't say this, but this is actually a good idea from DC, because I'm not thinking of like in terms of general. I'm thinking them in the room, they're looking at the options that they have, who they have available to be this new leader that they have decided. They've got one guy who runs a whole bunch of shows, and rather successfully. Like, they all have like at least fucking 7 or 8 seasons. Like, they haven't got cancelled. They've kept going. I mean, Batwoman got cancelled, but like Legends of Tomorrow is still fucking going. That show has no right to exist. Like, he's also a writer. He's a writer for You, like the Netflix show that everyone fucking loves. And he's written, like I said, basically all the CW shows. So like, he's kind of their best choice. Jeff Johns, when he got in, he was kind of their best choice because he was very involved in the comic book world. They didn't want that though. Like, no. They wanted him to come in because he was like a good face for the company, and all the comic book fans were going to be like, yeah, he understands us. But they were never going to listen to him. Whereas Greg Berlanti has that kind of mixture where he's kind of proven he can do it on a screen. He can do it multiple shows. Can he create a universe here as well? Don't know. But I feel like it's too much to ask him to save what already exists.
Oh, it's broken. It's the whole system's fucked. You're going to have to start again.
Yeah, just start from scratch, build it up, and just let it be like Greg's version of that. Like,
but they won't. Shaun, they won't. But
it's the gambler's fallacy. It's the sunk cost of like, no, we've already poured billions into what we have. We can't just throw all that away.
I think Greg gets 3 years, and then they get rid of him.
I think he gets 2. Like, I think
2, maybe. I think he gets 1 where he's like a big voice. Then the second year they kind of drone him out because they're like, oh yeah, Greg, cool. And they just stop CCing him in on emails and start coming up with shit themselves.
They just like phase him out slowly.
Yeah, that's normally what happens. So yeah, Greg Berlanti from Arrowverse and all this Flashverse could be coming in, could be saving DC. We don't know, Shaun. Maybe he's going to be the new saviour. Maybe this is when it all turns round again.
Maybe one day Marvel will be saying, God, we need to get our own Greg Berlanti type.
We need a Berlanti type. To be fair, they probably are for their TV shows. We need a Berlanti type for our Marvel.
That's a fair... like, I think Kevin Feige might be spread a little bit thin with everything going on.
Actually, if I was Marvel, I would have gotten Berlanti in to do the MCU Disney Plus shows.
Actually, yeah, that would be fairly... It's not too late. He doesn't technically work for Warner Brothers yet.
That would be the biggest fuck you if they were like, yeah, we're going to have him. Whatever they're offered, we'll give you a double.
Yeah, and you don't even have to do anything. Kevin will do everything.
Kevin will do most of it. You just literally have to go, yeah, that's a good idea. And if Kevin's missing a day, he might go on holiday, you fill in, lad. You're the big dude. You
just be like, no, this character is actually dead. And Kevin will be like, grand, thanks for that. And then back to your office, Greg.
So I think that's it for this week's Movie Mondays, Shaun.
What a week of Movie Mondays. Connor, would you like me to take us out?
Yes, please.
Thank you, everyone, for listening to this episode of Movie Mondays. We'll be back on Wednesday with Weird News Wednesday, Friday with Hero or Zero, and next Monday with another episode of Movie Mondays. Big thank you goes out to everyone over on the Patreon that supports the show. Patreon.com/Heroes for Hire podcast. Link to that in the description if you want to contribute. And special shout outs, of course, go to Róisín the Wife Palmer, Joe Burney, Ryan Technically Fine Evanson. Watch the Yes and 24-hour DnD Charity live stream starting 12 p.m, 27th of August, New Zealand Standard Time. Waffles will be DMing. David Clarke, Shaun Chuck in the Wash and It'll Be Grand Jamieson, Dominic, Anna Hjelmroos, Lil Dicky going on record that Titania does not represent the entirety of Colorado McGrew. Look, what was the word that we had for Titania?
Buxom.
Buxom. Buxom was... Listen to Hero or Zero. This is a buxom dame that we talked about last Friday. Thanks
no
also...
context, that's terrible.
It's awful. Please don't clip that. My presidential campaign will be ruined. Thanks also to Danny McLaughlin, the Fabulous Frogman, Sam, Michelle Browne, Michaela Doughty, Sackman41 and Buster. Thank you all for the support. You're absolutely amazing. There's other ways to support the show. They're all linked below. There's the merch store, heroesforhire.ie/shop. Twitter is at heroesforhirepod. The 4 is the number 4. Facebook is Detective Devilment's discussion group. Instagram is Heroes for Hire podcast. And the best way to ever help out the show is to tell one human being that we exist.
Just the one, please.
And I think that's about it, Connor.
I think so. So I've been Conor Lawler.
I've been Shaun.
I shall see you all next week, guys.
Bye.
Bye.